in the first part of this query we've done this, and now we need to do this bit here to calculate the difference between the two ratings, the best and the worst. So we need to deduct the minimum, which is this, from the maximum, the minimum from the maximum. We're deducting the minimum from the maximum because we want to deduct from a large number a small number to get a positive outcome here. If we deduct the maximum from the minimum, minimum minus maximum, we will have negative results. It's like, let's say, do 1 minus 3 equals minus 2, yeah? We will have results like that. In order to do a calculation, we select the column that we want to, and we give it a name, as we've given a name here and here. So this is the difference between the two ratings. So we call this rating difference. And remember, colon, which is shift and the key next to L. So now we have the rating difference, and now to build the code, the maximum of the cleanliness rating review minus the minimum of the cleanliness rating review, we will build a code, and that is built in the design view. We'll find something called builder. Yeah, make sure that you've clicked in the column that I want to build the code, maximum of cleanliness rating minus minimum cleanliness rating. So we click on that. It picks up the rating difference that we've just called our column, and we look for functions. In functions, these are built-in functions. In all, we look for minimum. So if we click here somewhere random and we press M, we will find maximum there, and a bit further down we'll find minimum. Yeah, maximum is the one that we need now. Maximum minus minimum, the large number minus the small number. So we double click on that, and basically we are building an expression. Double click on the word expression and replace this with the cleanliness rating review. In order to find it and not to copy and paste it, we can go to the database. See the database here? If we expand this, we'll see the tables. Inside the tables, if we double click on them or expand them, we have the review. In the review, we'll find here the details of the tables. It's the cleanliness rating review. So we click on that, and you can see that it copies not just the field but the table name that it comes from. So we want that. Bracket here has opened, it has closed, so now we can put the minus sign. The minimum, again, we can go back to functions, but there's a quicker way. We can copy this because it's the same thing, Control C. So if we're a bit experienced, we can paste it there and replace this with minimum, because we know that the function min exists. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and if we say OK to this, we click somewhere else. It says the expression you enter contains invalid syntax. You may have entered an operand without an operator. Go back to the builder. What we've had is this word expression here. You see, we haven't done anything in there. That just appeared. So get rid of that. So now we say OK to that, and we click somewhere else. If you click somewhere else and the database doesn't protest, you're more or less correct. And then you test the result. We say run. Cannot have aggregate function in group by clause. We say OK. So basically in the totals here, see the totals. These totals, this is average, maximum and minimum here. We here have put this in group by, so that cannot be done when you do a calculation. Let's see how it protests again. It says cannot have aggregate function in group by clause. You have to change the group by clause, and we select to see which of these correspond to a calculation. These are individual functions. These two are declaring, as well as group by, the type of a clause. We see that expression is the one. We're building an expression. Remember, we deleted it when we went here in the builder. We deleted from this area here, we deleted the word expression. Now we're replacing it here. That's another way to remember it. So now it runs, and you can see that 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, and 2 minus 2 is 0, the rating difference calculation function that we designed works. So make sure that, let's say, everything appears, double click between the columns, resize them as well. We can do this if we want. Here we have the query 2 all designed. We can save it. We call it QRY2. It's a second query, and it's the review beach or beach review. Say OK, and we have here our second query that works. Let's see, the first one works nice, we close it. Second one works nicely. So now we've done this, and this concludes this lesson. Now we've got the two queries, and we will move on to the report.